Yo, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the Sanwa JLX, and I'll be comparing it to the Sanwa JLF, which is on this Razer Panthera, and my Sanwa JLX is on here, the Clamatron. I'm kind of too lazy to take it off, but here is, if I take off the washer, it's a bit hard to see, but there's the pivot right there, which is black. So that's one thing that's different about the JLX. It has a new pivot and it's black, and on the JLX it is white. Also, I do have a Freak Mods X Groove Link on it, so it's not gonna feel like, you know, exactly as a stock Sanwa JLF, but it's still generally the same. So keep that in mind when I do the comparison. Alright guys, so this is the overview for the JLX. This is from Arcade Shock. I will be linking it in the description. So here are the main things that are different. So it has a improved main body. Apparently it's a bit denser, so it's a bit more stable. And here is the pivot that I showed to you guys in the beginning of the video. It's black, and apparently it's smoother because of the new material. The metal washer is also denser, a little bit bigger. With the one thing that was an issue with the JLF was that the metal ring washer, it would sometimes like pop off or pop out as you're playing, and you'll be able to feel it, and then it's just, you know, it was really interfere with your gameplay. It was not a good experience. However, in the JLX, they seem to have made it so that the metal washer is a bit bigger. I don't know if that's gonna fix the issue completely, but in my experience, it hasn't really happened at all. But I've only been playing with the JLX for like 1 week, but it's definitely, I would say, an improvement. And another thing that is different is the actuator, which is apparently they use the same actuator as the Silent JLF, which I haven't really used. I never had a Silent JLF before. Apparently it's 16.2. So yeah, it is a little bit bigger than the JLF actuator, and I'll be talking about how it feels when I compare it. But there is definitely a difference in feeling, not by much, but you can definitely feel it. That's pretty much it for the general overview for the JLX. So now I'll do a comparison between a JLF and a JLX. Alright guys, so first let's compare the price differences between the JLX and the JLF. These prices are based off of Focus Attack, so I'll be linking it in the description. So keep in mind, it's not going to be the same prices for other shops or other websites. So yeah, for the JLX it's $24.95 USD, and compared to the JLF it's only a few dollars more. So the JLF is $22.45 USD. So price gap not really that big, only a few dollars more for the JLX. Alright guys, so here we have the Sanwa JLF on my Razer Panthera. Yeah, basically, if you've used the Sanwa JLF before, you know exactly how it feels. Sorry, my movement is kind of ass, but yeah, I mean, feels like a standard Sanwa JLF. I do have again a Freak Mods X Groove Link So I think with the freak mods, it feels a little bit looser than a stock shaft, but again, it is pretty much the same still. It's just a little bit looser compared to a stock Sanwa shaft, but pretty much the same. Nothing really much I can say besides you know, reliable and just the standard for you know, tournament lovers, I would say. Okay, so now we're on the Kwama Drone, which has my Sanwa JLX installed. Pretty much the same experience, although just a little bit smoother, I would say. And also the actuator. For me personally, since the actuator is a bit bigger, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. Not a lot, maybe like a day or two. Since it is a little bit bigger, you're prone to make more misinputs. Especially, I think for me, my diagonals. I mean, just overall, I get more misinputs because of the bigger actuator. And I haven't really tried putting in like a JLF actuator on it, but honestly, I'll just stick to it just because it's pretty much still the same. Like, but yeah, keep that in mind. It's just the bigger actuator, you're prone to make more mistakes. So yeah, that's one thing I don't like about it, but it's not like a big deal. What else? Oh yeah, it is a bit smoother. However, the first time that I tried it, I was like, wow, this feels... My first impression was like, wow, this feels exactly like a JLF. Like if someone put a JLX on my stick without me knowing, you know, I would just think that, oh, it's a regular JLF. Maybe re-grease or some shit. But pretty much the same experience, but I would say it is a bit better than the JLF. Aside from the actuator being bigger, that might be a plus for you. For me personally, not really a big improvement. I would say it's a downgrade, honestly. But that's just my preference. I would say if you want to try the JLX, you can't really go wrong with either the Sanwa JLF or the JLX. There's nothing really like, I wouldn't say the JLX is significantly better, but it is better in a way. But like, you're still gonna be playing the same way, playing at the same level you're at, and you can't really go wrong with either, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if you want to try the JLX out, I would say go for it. But other than that, if you want to stick to the JLF, you're not really missing out on a lot of stuff, I would say. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, the JLX, basically same experience but higher quality product. If you want to try out the JLX, you can't really go wrong with it, because if you're used to the JLF, then I would say you're probably gonna like the JLF. I would say, or I mean the JLX, sorry. It's just pretty much the same experience. It's a bit smoother, bigger actuator. You might like that, maybe not. But aside from that, if you want to stick to the JLF, you're not really gonna miss out on the JLX, I would say. especially since nowadays still like all the good sticks or all the good like high quality sticks use or at least the Japanese ones use the Sanwa JLF. So I don't know, maybe in the near future they're gonna change the standard to a JLX. Nothing really wrong with that, but if they do, all they have to know is that it's pretty much the same experience. Like again, like you're not gonna miss out on the JLX if you don't want to try it, or if you don't have the time to get one. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.